Welcome to This is Siphon Stories. My name is Levi. The first story is called The Aroeasa Leaf. Now, before we dive into this fantasy world, I would like to first explain that this short story I wrote a while ago, and I have it up on screen so I can read from it. Now, later on, I'm sure I will be coming up with stories, and I might be able to rehearse them better. But for now, you will. Well, this is more of a listening experience, so if my face is just reading, I apologize. Let's begin. The thick brush of the forest climbed between two ula trees to form a wall. This was a common thing to find in the Reha wood. In these small, obscure walls, birds would build nests that blend into the scenery. I climbed up to the large uva bird's nest and gathered the large eggs that were a common delicacy in my village. Then the whole wall shook. I heard a small growl. I jumped off the wall and started to run as a Hyranian bear burst through the wall, sending debris and birds flying out in all directions. I ran as fast as I could. Um, yeah, I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. I dodged small trees while the bear's massive body knocked them down and its tusks ripped through branches as if they were nothing. There was a ledge off into the distance. I ran for it with everything I had. The bear followed. I jumped off and twisted, pointing a loaded arrow and my bow at the bear. I waited until it was ready to jump, and I released the arrow just as it had its chest raised up. I landed on the ground and rolled as the bear landed on its side. Then I walked up to it and stabbed into its heart with my blade, ensuring that the creature was dead. I went to work carving into its oak brown fur that was graying. After I had removed the skin and discarded the entrails, I took strips of meat and laid them into carefully wrapped bio leaves to ensure the meat will stay fresh until I returned to my village. Then I cleaned the bones, keeping a rib bone to be fashioned into a bow, and a toe bone for a hilt for a blade. My stomach started to rumble. The adrenaline of the hunt must have taken more energy out of me than I thought. I gave in to my hunger and started a small fire. I cooked a small piece of meat. Once it was done, I bit into the juicy meat, and it had a dark, foreboding feeling. My hunger fought it off and took control of me. Once I was finished and the fire was out, I took the skull and placed it on the ground. The heart was placed on a pile of leaves. I left a bird egg there too. This was my offering to the gods of the hunt and life, to give thanks for the kill that allows the bear, and to allow the bear to pass on to a better, happy life. I collected my spoils: the strong, soft hide, the wrapped meat, the two bones, the two long tusks, and the sharpened claws. I started my hike back to the village. The village was barren when I walked up to it. This was strange. I slowly walked through the main path that lay between a couple rows of wooden foliage houses, some built up into the tall goda trees. I didn't see a soul. This was alarmingly odd. I walked to the shrine of the gods, the center point of our community. Everyone was here, huddled around the center. I passed through them like water. They parted and let me through easily. I saw someone lying on the table. When I recognized him, it was Aina. My heart stopped. Aina is the girl I'm in a courtship with, and I plan to spend the rest of my life with her. I dropped everything and ran to her side, landing on my knees. Aina, I said. Her eyes were closed and she was running a fever. I looked up to the shaman and asked what happened. She awoke with a strong fever unlike anything I've ever seen before. Adu used a Icarit Urkage's ocean to sedate her. I do not know what could have done this to her, nor do I know a way that I am certain will help heal her, he said. Is there anything I can do? I asked. No, I'm sorry, Krevin, but there's not. He looked at my full pouch. You were successful in the hunt. Yes, Shaman. Did you properly carry out our rituals? He said, raising an eyebrow. Yes, Shaman. I lied. I couldn't bring myself to tell him I ate before the offering. I was ashamed at my sin. Good. Good. Ah, a hyraean. Not an easy animal to kill. Use its remains well, and may the gods watch over you, he said, and then started to turn away. Shaman, I called. Yes, child, as he turned his balding white head toward me. You said that you do not know a way to save her for certain. Do you know what that might save her, even if it's in theory? I asked. Only one, but it's a mere shaman legend. In the far reaches of the Aroeasa, it is said there is a shrine that's been deeply touched by time. Found the shrine, the perils and tests inside, then you will find the Aroeasa leaf. This white shining leaf is said to have the ability to heal the most brittle injuries as long as the patient has a sliver of life left. Touch it not with the bare stem, for that will drain its power. This is a legend, though. No one knows for certain if the Aroeasa leaf exists. If it does, it will heal Aina. If you must go, be warned that you have very little time, Shaman explained, and he lifted his robes. I rose to my feet. I didn't know what I should do, but I didn't have a choice. I brushed Anna's white locks from her face and kissed her. Then I set forth on my journey. The Reha. Sorry, I was looking at the pages. And let me check time. I'm afraid that this will be all the time for now. Continue if you're interested. Part 2 will be coming along shortly. And yeah, I apologize if this story seems a little sketchy and stuff. I wrote it a while ago, and my skills have become better, but still there's a lot of mistakes that I made, and I will post pretty much everything I read tonight, in this story. Well, the first part of the story in this part down in the description below. Anyway, thank you. Goodbye. See you next time.